Have you heard about email automation? Are you wondering how this is different from the old-fashioned email marketing campaigns or email marketing? Today, I'm going to go over some important things about email automation and how that is different from your generic email marketing. Hi everyone, it's Leanne Cohens here, Digital Success Catalyst and owner of Marketing Leap, and we're talking about email automations and how this is different from your generic email marketing. Email marketing actually drives more conversions than any other channel. Automation actually gives you the opportunity to personalize your customer's experience when they receive your emails. And not only that, customers actually love personalization. Now, when it comes to getting a return on your email marketing, you're actually looking at approximately $43 for every dollar that you spend on email marketing. And it's great when it comes to building relationships, with the caveat that when you do show up, you are actually giving value. And you're making the customer feel as if they are important to you and they're important to your business. And that's where the personalization comes in. So 90% of customers will actually find that if you send an email or you give them content that is personalized to what they're interested in, and it's even something as simple as putting their first name in it, then that becomes a lot more appealing to them. Not only that, 91% of customers are actually more likely to visit a business that has given individual recommendations and offers based on what they've visited, what they've clicked on, and what they've viewed. And with the email automation, if you have it set up the right way, it is really easy to actually track that. They did an experiment recently where shoppers were actually tracking the click-through rates based on what they had done previously. And if an ad or if an email campaign is actually based on their previous activity, the click-through rate will increase by 11%, and revenue from that particular product will actually go up 38%. The whole idea of actually targeting your email specifically to your customer and specifically to exactly what it is that they're looking for is so important. Now, when it comes to email, with the platforms that are out there now, you can create a series of automated emails that will actually help you grow your relationships. And I'm always talking about the fact that regardless of where you show up, it's all about giving value and building that relationship with your customer and your business. The whole idea is with email marketing, is just to build on that relationship. Because ultimately, if someone's taken the time to actually subscribe or to give you their email address, as a business owner, it's your job to actually nurture that relationship. Now, last week I talked about the 9 different types of email campaigns, and I'll put a link below to that video so you can check that out, because you can actually change the campaign based on what you need. So if a customer subscribes on your website or fills in a contact form or even joins your Facebook group, you should actually be setting up a welcome email series. And that is just as simple as thanking them for taking the time to give you their email. The next one from there would be looking at giving them an idea of exactly how often you're going to communicate with them, letting them know what to expect, and reminding them of why they've signed up. That's just the one basic campaign. The next one would be promotional campaigns if you're in e-commerce or if you're selling products. And then another one that's also really popular is a triggered email series. And that's if a customer takes a certain action on your website or on an email that you've sent out, or they've done something, you can actually have campaigns automated and set up that the minute they do something, an email goes out to them. So that's just a basic rundown of what automations are. The whole idea, and effectively, what are email automations? They are effectively allowing you to send the right message to the right people at the right time. And they are so crucial when it comes to generating those leads and nurturing that relationship, because ultimately that's all people are interested in. They're not really interested in what it is that you have to say unless it adds value to their life. They want to know how you can help them solve a problem or fix something for them. And that's where automations come in, because they effectively become a set and forget. You set it up once, and as long as you've got the information coming into your email platform, then you are building that relationship. And further in this video, I'll actually go through, show you how some of the email automations are structured and how you can structure your workflow, as well as running through some of the top platforms that you can use for email marketing and for email automation, because this is really the game changer when it comes to building those relationships with your clients. So your job as a business owner is to make sure that you are putting that relevant information in front of them. And that's exactly the same as, regardless of whether it's search engine optimization or social media posts, it's exactly the same when it comes to email marketing. Actually giving value and showing your expertise and allowing your customers and people that have gone out of their way to give you their email address, giving them the information that they're interested in and giving them value. A couple of examples of the email automations, as I said before, is a welcome email, a promotional campaign, a seasonal campaign. We're coming up to Christmas and Black Friday. If you're in e-commerce, this is the best time for you to start planning these nurturing sequences. Having a triggered email series, so the minute somebody does something, that automatically triggers a series of emails. Now I have this in this group, so if you've actually joined, you would have got a welcome email from me, and then there's a series that carries on from that based on what actions you take. And it's not hard, like I said, to set up. It's actually having the right platforms, setting it up once, and then you can basically just set and forget. Then there's cart abandonment, there's re-engagement if somebody hasn't communicated with you in a while or clicked on something for a while. I generally recommend Mailchimp because it's free for the first 2,000 subscribers. And I'll run through a list of a lot of I've put about 8 of the top platforms that you can use when it comes to your email marketing. But they all pretty much do the same thing. So when it comes to Mailchimp, you can see here they actually call it customer journeys, and there's a whole series here. So the one that we're going to look at is the welcome series. Every platform has their own version of this, and you can see here they actually set it up for you, and it's just purely up to you then just to add in the content. So you'll have someone that signs up, you send them a welcome email. Then you might say, okay, it's delayed, 2 days later they get another email, another 2 days, depending on what they do, then they get another email. So, they can be, whether you tag them as high engagement, whether you tag them based on their campaign activity. So that's whether they click. And like I said, these platforms are so intuitive now. As long as you've got things set up the right way, it's literally a set and forget. So you can have a look at your emails and say, okay, if they've clicked on certain things in my welcome email, then I'm going to tag them a certain way and continue on from there. Generally, when it comes to a welcome email, probably about 3 is the way to go. So, the first one would be thanking them for signing up and welcoming them to your list and to your database. Then, tell them a little bit about who you are. Remind them of why they're subscribed, because if your inbox is like 98% of us, it's constantly being bombarded. So reminding people why they subscribed is a really, really important step, because it stops them from marking you as spam or unsubscribing when they start hearing from you. Then letting them know what to expect. So, over the next 2 weeks, you'll be getting a series of emails from me. Tell them how many emails they're going to get. Over the next 2 weeks, you're going to be getting a series of 3 or 4 emails offering value and just helping you on your journey. If you're doing it this way and actually building that relationship,
you're starting to become top of mind. So when they are actually looking for the services that you offer, you are actually going to be the first person that they think of. So, you go through, the second email might be inviting them to your social media. I might be giving them a couple of really good points on whatever it is that you have to offer. And then the third one might be even just asking them some questions, asking them, doing a bit of a survey and asking them what they prefer. How often do they want to hear from you? What kind of information are they interested in? And that way you can actually start building that particular rapport and that particular relationship with them. So that's your general welcome email. Now with Mailchimp, you can actually see that they give you a whole series of different automated campaigns that you can use. So, high and low, recovering lost customers, creating repeat customers. These are all series that you literally just go in and you create the content. So that's Mailchimp. Now I actually use Kartra. Now Kartra is basically an all-in-one marketing platform, and my entire business runs on that. And the reason that I love Kartra is because I can have my courses set up in there, I can have my campaigns, my lead magnets, my newsletters, and you can even set up calendars and booking systems in there as well. So it's one of the reasons that I love it, because it's just all in one, and you're not paying out money left, right and centre for a dozen different platforms that you might not ever use. This is a particular sequence that I use for a lead magnet, and you can see here you can actually set it up based on whether you want to tag people, and when you tag people it's actually based on the actions that they take. So if we have a look here, this is one where if they buy a particular product or they take a particular action, then you can actually set it to either true or false. So if somebody does this particular action, then you're going to send them a thank you letter, and then you're going to send them something else. If they don't, then you can actually set up a series of different emails based on the actions that they take. And you can even get it to the point where if they don't engage with you, you basically take them off your list. So you're not sitting with an email list or a database that really is not offering you any value at all. They're just some ideas of how these customer journeys and how these automations are set up. So like I said, a lot of these different platforms actually have these basic ones set up. So all you have to do is use it and create the content in it. If you are an e-commerce store, you can actually send out emails for the first one saying, welcome, thank you so much for buying our product. It's going to be delivered in this particular time. The second one might be an email telling them how to use that particular product or what makes what you do unique. And then the third one could actually be sending out an email, asking them that if they've really enjoyed it and they're enjoying the experience, to actually give you a positive review. Now, both Facebook and Google make it so easy now to send out a link to your customers, so that when they have worked with you or they have purchased from you, you can literally just send them this link, they click on it, and they can leave you a 5-star review. I do have a review script template in my resources section on the Marketing League website, so you're welcome to go in and download that, and that is literally a cut and paste. So they don't have to think about what to write, they literally just fill in the blanks of this template script, and then you've got a great 5-star review. Because again, people, when they are searching for what you have to offer, 9 times out of 10 won't believe what you say about your business, because everyone has this fear of being sold to, but they'll believe a complete stranger that they've never met and they don't know, because they've taken the time to leave a review. That is something that you really need to put into your email marketing and into your automations, especially if you are thanking them for working with you or for buying a particular product. So as I said, for my automation, I actually use Kartra, and I'll put a link below as well if you want to check that out. And there are so many different ones out there, and it really depends with the different marketing platforms, and it really does depend on your budget. It depends on your contact list size. and it also depends on what features you need. So some of the main ones are Active Campaign, HubSpot, Constant Contact is another good one, Drip, Send Loop, Get Response, and Get Response has been around for a really, really long time. Mailchimp, and like I said, if you're starting out, Mailchimp is great because for the first 2,000 subscribers it's free. And then there's Key. So all of these are different platforms that you can use to help start setting up your automations and start setting up your email campaigns. And it's one of those things that even if you are just starting out, get that set up now, because when it comes to the automations, welcome series, thank you for purchasing, and all these different emails that you can send out, once you've got it set up, it really is a set and forget. And your customers start feeling as if you're interested in them, you're building a relationship with them, and the more you communicate with them and the more you give value, not just sell, that's a big caveat, you've got to be giving value all the time, the more people are going to feel that you actually do care about them, and you're going to be top of mind when they are searching for what it is that you do and what it is that you offer. I hope that has been of some value to you today. And if you're not sure of how any of this works and you're not sure of exactly what it is that you need to start setting up your business online, because in all honesty, there is so much out there now, it's really, really easy to get overwhelmed. And that's one of the reasons that I do this video series, is to help educate business owners so that you have an understanding of what it is that you need to apply, and then what it is that's nice to have, but you can put it on the back burner for when you're ready. When it comes to the online space, there are 3 things that are non-negotiable. You have to have a website because that is your online footprint. You have to have a Google My Business page because that gets you on the first page of Google when people are searching for you. And it's such a great way for people to connect with you straight away, because you can set up, especially since COVID, you can set up messaging, you can have your services on there, and you can actually track how people are searching for you. And then the third thing is actually having an email marketing system set up, an email platform set up. Because if you are relying strictly on social media and you upset Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram or even Pinterest recently had a glitch and started marking a whole lot of accounts as spam. I mean, they rectified it fairly quickly, but even so, if your entire business is based on one particular platform, and even with YouTube, I've heard of, I know personally of people that have actually had their YouTube channels shut down. So if you are relying strictly on social media to grow your business, and you don't have another way of connecting with your clients and staying in touch with them, if your account gets shut down, you're screwed, to put it bluntly. If you're not sure about how any of this works, or you simply just want to have a bit of a chat and see exactly what it is that you need to help grow your business online, comment below, or even if you've got any questions about anything that I've discussed today, comment below. Share your takeaways, share your thoughts, and let me know what it is that you want to hear about and what it is that you want to learn when it comes to growing your business in the online space. And we can do a video about it and hopefully help you grow your business online. So in the meantime, guys, have an amazing week, and I will see you next week.